Falsely accused of SA, lost my job and friends. Now she's in jail and I want a six-figure settlement. Throwaway because I don't want this tied to my real account. This is happening right now, and I have no idea what to do. My life is falling apart over something that never even happened. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but here I am, watching everything I've built get ripped away from me. A couple of months ago, I go to a house party with some friends. It's not a wild, crazy rager, just a typical gathering of 30. 40 people drinking, talking, and playing music. Some people are on the couch, some are outside, some are in the kitchen getting refills. I don't plan to stay late. I have work the next morning, so I figure I'll hang out for a couple of hours, have a drink or two, then head home. I'm not even thinking about meeting anyone. I'm just here to chill. At some point, a mutual friend introduces me to a girl, Emily, fake name. She's friendly, talkative, and kind of flirty. We chat for a few minutes, nothing deep, just small talk. She asks about my job, cracks a few jokes, and keeps touching my arm in this way that makes it obvious she's interested. I don't think much of it. She's nice, but I'm not particularly attracted to her, and I'm definitely not looking to hook up. After a few minutes, I excuse myself to grab another drink and end up chatting with some other friends. Later in the night, Emily finds me again. This time, she's more direct, asking if I have a girlfriend, if I'm just having fun or looking for something serious. She's flirting hard. I keep the conversation polite but don't engage beyond that. Eventually, she asks for my number. I hesitate for a second but give it to her out of politeness. I figure worst-case scenario, she texts me, and I just keep things friendly. But here's the thing. She never texts me. I don't think much of it at the time. Maybe she lost interest, maybe she met someone else. Whatever. I move on with my life. 2 months later, the cops show up at my door. It's around 9 p.m. When I open the door, I see 2 police officers standing there. My stomach drops. "Are you my full name?" one of them asks. I nod. "We need to ask you some questions about an incident involving Emily." At first, I'm just confused. I haven't spoken to her in months. What could this possibly be about? Then they say it. "She has filed a report stating that you sexually assaulted her at the party." I feel like the ground is yanked out from under me. I tell the officers I have no idea what they're talking about. I say I was never alone with her, that there were dozens of people around the whole time, that I left with my friends. But they aren't here to hear my side. They are here to investigate. "Would you be willing to come down to the station to answer some questions?" I realize in that moment that this is serious. If I say no, I look guilty. If I say yes, I'm stepping into something that could destroy my life. But I also know I have nothing to hide, so I agree. At the station, they ask me dozens of questions. Where was I that night? What time did I leave? Did anyone see me? Then they hit me with the accusation. "She claims you waited until most people had left and then forced yourself on her in one of the bedrooms." I am stunned. I tell them again that I never even went upstairs, that I was with people the whole time, that I left with friends and can prove it. I ask if they have any evidence. They say they can't discuss that. I ask if there are witnesses. They won't tell me. That's when I realize it doesn't matter what I say. The accusation alone is enough to ruin me. After 2 hours, they let me go. I'm not arrested, but they say the investigation is ongoing. I go home feeling numb. The next morning, my job's HR department calls me. Apparently, someone has anonymously contacted them about the allegations. Even though there is no proof and I haven't been charged, they tell me they are putting me on indefinite leave while they look into the situation. Then, the worst part, some of my friends, people I have known for years, start distancing themselves. Some stop responding to my texts. Some straight up ghost me. I later find out that Emily has told people that I did something to her, but never gives details. But it's enough. People start whispering. Some friends who I thought knew me hesitate instead of defending me. Even Sarah, the girl I'm dating, starts acting weird. She tells me she believes me, but I can see the hesitation, the doubt, like she isn't sure anymore. I am losing everything over a lie. The moment I realize how bad this could get a few nights later, I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, unable to sleep. My mind is racing, playing out every possible scenario. And then this horrible thought hits me. What if they actually charge me? What if I get arrested? What if I go to trial? What if I go to prison? Even though I am completely innocent, I know people have been convicted on less evidence than this. That is the moment I feel true fear. I have no idea how to clear my name. Update 1, I might be screwed. I wish I had better news, but things have only gotten worse. After my first post, I decided to lawyer up. I don't have much money, but I know I can't handle this alone. I find a criminal defense attorney, Mr. Carter, fake name, and tell him everything, word for word. He listens, takes a few notes, and then gives me the most terrifying advice of my life. Say nothing to anyone. This is serious. I ask if I should try to explain to my friends, to my job, to anyone. He shakes his head. It won't help. The more you say, the worse this gets. I am officially in damage control mode. The investigation gets worse. I assumed the cops would look into this, realize there's no evidence, and drop it. But I was dead wrong. Mr. Carter pulls some strings and finds out that Emily has a witness. Someone, a girl I don't even know, is backing up her story. I nearly lose it. I tell him, that's impossible. I never even went upstairs. He nods, but his face says it all. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters what they can prove. My alibi might not be enough. I left the party with 2 friends, Mike and Jason, fake names. They both swear I was with them the whole time, but here's the problem. They were drinking. The party was crowded. No one was keeping tabs on me 24/7. That means there's wiggle room for doubt, and doubt is all they need. Carter tells me that cases like this aren't about proving guilt. They're about avoiding reasonable doubt. And if Emily seems credible and she has a witness, I could be in serious trouble. HR drops me completely. The next day, I get the email I was dreading. I'm fired. They don't even give me a reason. Just, due to recent developments, we have decided to terminate your employment. No charges, no proof, just an accusation, and my entire career is gone. I want to fight it, but Carter warns me, let it go. You're going to need all your energy for the real battle. People are picking sides. I find out that Emily has started telling more people about what happened. I still don't know what she's actually saying, but whatever it is, people believe it. Some friends are still standing by me. Mike and Jason are rock solid, and a few others tell me they know I'd never do something like this. But others? One of my closest friends texts me, I don't know what to believe, man. I think we should take some space. Another just blocks me with no explanation. Sarah, the girl I was dating, completely ghosts me. I try not to let it break me, but it does. What's next? Right now, Carter is trying to figure out how serious this is. If the cops decide to formally charge me, I could be arrested. If that happens, my life is officially over. I don't know what Emily's endgame is. Maybe she actually believes this happened. Maybe she's lying for attention. Maybe she regrets flirting with me and convinced herself I did something I didn't. All I know is that I'm fighting for my life, and I have no idea if I can win. I'll update again if anything changes. The cops are no longer pursuing the case. They haven't arrested Emily, yet, but they are reevaluating her statement. My job? They suddenly want to talk. They haven't officially offered my position back, but they know they screwed up. Emily? She's gone silent. I think she knows she messed up. I don't know what's going to happen next, but for the first time in weeks, I feel like I'm winning. It's been a month since my last update, and everything has finally come full circle. I never thought I'd be in a situation like this, and I definitely never thought I'd actually come out on top. But here I am. Final update. After my lawyer, Carter, tore apart Emily's story with witnesses, phone records, and contradicting statements, the police stopped investigating me and started looking at her. A week ago, I got a call from Carter. They're arresting her for filing a false police report. I almost dropped my phone. Apparently, once the detectives realized her story didn't add up, they confronted her with the evidence. Instead of admitting she lied, she kept doubling down, which only made her look worse. When they presented her own text messages from the night of the party, proving she was fine after I left, she panicked. She tried changing parts of her story, but it was too late. Last week, she was officially charged with filing a false police report and obstruction of justice. The best part? The witness who originally backed her up turned on her once she realized she could be charged too. She admitted that Emily had pressured her into lying because she felt embarrassed about something that happened that night. She didn't specify what. I don't know what's going to happen to Emily now, but I do know one thing. She won't get away with this. After I was fired over the accusation, Carter told me we had a solid wrongful termination case. The company never even waited for the investigation to finish before cutting me off. That's not just morally wrong, it's legally shady as hell. So we hit them with a lawsuit. At first, they tried to fight it. Their lawyer sent some weak excuse about how they were protecting workplace safety. But Carter shut that down fast. He showed them how they reacted based on an accusation alone, and how they damaged my reputation and future job prospects. Last week, they finally folded. They settled for 6 figures. I won't say the exact amount, but let's just say I won't have to worry about money for a long time. The best part? They also had to issue a formal statement clearing my name, which means anyone who doubted me now knows the truth. This whole thing has been hell. I lost friends, my job, my reputation, but in the end, the truth won. A few takeaways from this nightmare. Always get a lawyer. If I had tried to defend myself without Carter, I'd probably be sitting in jail right now. Some people will believe anything. Even with no proof, I had friends who immediately turned on me. I won't forget that. False accusations ruin lives. Even though I proved my innocence, this whole ordeal still left scars. For now, I'm taking some time to breathe. I have money from the settlement, Emily is facing consequences, and I'm finally getting my life back. To anyone reading this, if you ever find yourself falsely accused, don't panic. Don't try to explain yourself to everyone, and lawyer up immediately. Justice is slow, but sometimes it actually happens.